Positive school of criminology. The point of view of Gabriel trade we will discuss in this lecture. In the previous 3 lectures, we are discussing the positive school, and we have discussed the Cesar Lombroso's classification of criminals, Enrico Ferri's classification of criminal, and Rafael Garofalo's classification of criminal, which we have discussed in the previous 3 lectures. You can watch that lecture from my YouTube channel. In this particular lecture, we will discuss the cause of crime as per Gabriel trade. What exactly the cause of crime is there? So the lifespan of the Gabriel trade is 1843 to 1894, and according to Gabriel trade, he pointed out that law of imitation was responsible for the incidence of crime. So what is the reason behind the crime according to Gabriel trade? Law of imitation is one of the reason behind the incidence of crime according to Gabriel trade. Law of imitation means if the person is copying someone, if the person is imitating someone, it is called if the person follows someone, it is called law of imitation. So according to Gabriel trade, law of imitation is one of the reason behind the criminality. The member of the society are eager to follow the behavior of their associates. So the member of the society are very eager to follow the behavior of their associates. The junior used to follow their seniors. Inferior used to follow the superiors. Suppose if I am a lecturer, I used to follow someone else. I want to copy the way of delivering a lecture. So this is called imitation. So according to Gabriel trade, the law of imitation itself is one of the reasons behind the criminality. It means the person, the first offender, copying the behavior of habitual offender, and one day he will become a habitual offender. So what is the reason? Law of imitation is one of the reasons, because the first offender is imitating the habitual offender. The first offender is copying the behavior of habitual offender, and that is one of the reasons behind the increasing ratio of crime. Subordinate or inferior member have a tendency to follow the ways of their superior, just as the children follow their parents. So inferior and subordinate used to follow the behavior of superior. They used to copy the behavior of their superiors, just like a children follow their parents. Children always imitating the behavior of their parents. Children always copying the behavior of their parents. And likewise, the first offender is copying the behavior of habitual offender according to Gabriel trade. So this image shows that particular girl copying the robot, copying the behavior of robot. According to Gabriel trade, it is the tendency of human being. Each and every person is following someone. If a law-abiding citizen is following another law-abiding citizen, in the likewise, a first offender is copying the habitual offender, and that's why he is committing a crime, and the crime ratio is increasing day by day. Children are great imitators, so give them something great to imitate. So children are great imitator. They used to imitate each and everything. So it will be the responsibility of the parents to give something good to imitate. Children will imitate. If you are giving bad to imitate, they will imitate. If you are giving good to imitate, they will imitate. So it will be the responsibility of the parent to give something good to imitate to their children. This image shows that there is a TV show on the television, and these children are imitating that one. Children imitate, always imitate what they observe, and that's why, suppose if the violence is observed by the children, they will imitate the same, and one day they will become a criminal. That's why according to Gabriel trade, law of imitation is one of the reason. Crimes like other social phenomena starts as fashion and becomes a custom. According to Gabriel trade, crime as other social phenomena starts like a fashion and becomes a custom. Crime is also become a custom. The people start as a fashion and it will become a custom. He classified criminals into urban and rural types. So Gabriel trade classified criminals into 2, urban or rural types. Crime in rural area are more serious in nature than those of rural places. So in the rural places, the crime may be less serious according to Gabriel Trade, but in urban areas, the crimes are serious in nature, because in the urban areas, the chances of identification and tracing is far less. That's why in the urban areas, the serious offenses are frequently found. The beginner have tendency to follow the acts of habitual criminals. So according to law of imitation, according to Gabriel Trade, the beginner, the first offender, is having a tendency to follow the acts of habitual criminal. The first offender is imitating the habitual criminal. The first offender is copying the habitual criminal, and in that process, the first offender becomes a habitual criminal. So what is the reason according to Gabriel Trade? Law of imitation, law of copying someone, law of following someone. That is the reason behind the increasing ratio of crime according to Gabriel Trade. The impact of movie, cinema and television is so great on teenagers that in turn their mind and action which makes them delinquents. The impact of movie, cinema and television is so great on teenagers because whatever they see, whatever they watch on television, it will impact on their mind. And if they watch a good program on television, then they may become a law-abiding citizen. And if they watch violence again and again and again, then definitely it affects the mentality of the children, and they may copy that in their real life, and in that particular process they may become a delinquent, they may become a criminal. And that's why it is a tendency of children to imitate. And that's why whatever they watch, they will imitate. If they are watching violence, they will imitate. And that's why law of imitation is one of the reasons behind the increasing ratio of crime. So this is the point of view of Gabriel Trade. I hope you understand this topic. If you understand this topic, please subscribe my channel, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends. Thank you. Thank you very much.